What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we are actually at a pickup location and I'm gonna show you guys how to tarp and also how to secure your loads. So I'm gonna give you guys a step-by-step on how I normally tarp, how I normally secure loads. I'm not gonna show you that it's the actual right or wrong way. I think it's, you know, it's subjective as far as how you secure or how you tarp, but I'm gonna just show you guys my way. Hopefully it helps you guys out as far as with your loads and anybody that's looking to get into it, so you kind of already have a step ahead of the curve as far as for tarping and securing. So today we are picking up some solar rakings, whatever that is. We're about to find out here in just a minute. They told me that I'm gonna get loaded in about 15 minutes, so I'm just sitting here waiting to get loaded right now. But we're gonna pick this up. It does need to be tarped. We're taking it to Kansas City, and I gotta drop it off by Wednesday. So today is Monday. I'm gonna drop it off by Wednesday. I'm gonna go ahead and start heading over to Kansas City. I'll probably end up making it to Kentucky today, and then I'll end up making it all the way there on probably Tuesday. It's probably about a little over 800 miles to actually get there, and I know I'll knock that out in no time. So we'll probably end up either dropping this off Tuesday or probably end up dropping it off either Tuesday or Wednesday to go ahead and get paid on this load and then start heading back. The goal is for me to come back for the weekend, just so I can have a weekend of rest again. Since I did have it last weekend, I'm gonna try to do it this weekend as well and try to see how much we can make out of this week here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, not talk y'all ears off. I'm gonna go ahead and get loaded first, and then we'll go ahead and go through the securement and also for the tarping as well. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, y'all, so this is the load. So these are solar rakings. We're gonna go ahead, tarp this, secure this. So it's only 4 pallets of these solar rakings. I think they scaled this at 3,000 pounds, but I believe it's a little less than that. So shouldn't have no problem as far as with this one. And we definitely got some more room to where we can try to pick up another load as well. So let me start as far as what you guys are gonna need for securement. All right, so the first thing we're gonna start with is we're gonna start with our blankets. I got 4 blankets that I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna lay these blankets flat because of these sharp corners here. I don't want nothing to tear into my tarps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay these blankets flat all the way down here, and basically we'll come over with our tarp. First thing I would say is making sure that your tarps are rolled. Even though when you're not even using them, making sure that you roll your tarps, it makes it a lot easier. It's a lot more efficient as far as when you are tarping loads, when you can roll your tarps out and secure your loads. I'm gonna show you guys here in just a sec here. But first things first, I would say is definitely making sure that you do keep your tarps rolled up, even though if you're not even using them. All right, so let's first go ahead and start with the blankets, and then we'll get to the tarp. All right, so this is what our blankets are looking like. So for this part here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna improvise. I'll probably do 2 corner protectors just to protect the edges here, just because I didn't bring enough blankets, but we should be fine though. I'll just get 2 corner protectors or edge protectors as far as for that. All right, let's go ahead and start with the tarp now. All right, so this is the back of my tarp. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll this point to the front and basically have this hanging off from the back. What I'll do is I'll just use a 2-inch strap to secure the back part, because this is gonna roll out to about right here. Again, this tarp is 16 by 27 with a 4-inch drop, or 4-foot drop, sorry. It's gonna go to about right here. So I'm gonna have much excess tarp, which I'm gonna just roll up, and I'll just put a 2-inch strap on the back there. I use 4-inch straps after our tarp, and then I'm gonna use these bungees to secure the tarp here. So let's go ahead, start that, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, so this is what we're looking like so far. So again, I didn't unravel the back part because I'm gonna roll that part up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and secure all of these with the bungee. All this excess here, so I'm gonna kind of show you guys right now. I'm gonna try to do it one hand. I'm gonna just fold under. So the excess, so you have loops, little rings here, and you have rings there. But since the drop is so long, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold those first loops under, and I'm gonna just use those top loops to secure this tarp on here. Before I do that, I'm gonna also grab my 2 corner protectors. And I didn't do that right then before I put the tarp on, because I didn't want to go ahead and knock off the corner protectors while putting the strap, or putting the tarps on here. All right, so you're gonna kind of keep it like that. I'm gonna, of course, straighten it out once I can get both hands on it, but you want it to be more like that. All right, and I'm gonna also do that on the other side. Let me go ahead and grab the edge protectors, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like to bungee once you start bungeeing these so they don't fall off. All right, y'all, so next is your bungee. So, all right, so what I did was I actually took this hook, pulled it, skipped this hook, and put this here. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go on the inside, and I'm gonna take this hook, put it under here, skip that one, and go all the way to this one here. So skip this one, we're gonna go all the way here. So I normally do 2 hooks. So what I'll do is I'll put one here, come up under here, and I'm gonna hook it up to this ring over here. So I'm gonna show you guys what that look like. All right, so this is where we at right now. So hook here, which I'm gonna add another one. So these 2 I'm gonna secure, which I'm gonna run some across, go to the front there, to bring more tension there. But these here, I normally do double hooks. So double hooks, run it under, skip one, come over. Run a hook here, skip this one, come over. Run a hook here, skip here, come over. So I got my hooks running there, all the way into the back there. And then what we're gonna do is we rolling this up all the excess 2-inch strap there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out, guys, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like once I'm finished. All right, y'all, so the tarping, let me cut this truck off. All right, y'all, so this is what the tarp job looks like. This one was pretty simple just because it is a rectangle. I did notice that I didn't pull this further down as the other side, but it's totally fine. We still got it secure. So again, hook here, skip, go here. And this is gonna just create that tension for you. So basically that it's not flapping as you are going. And what I've noticed is that if you have it closer to your rail, like if you're doing it, to me, if you're doing it the right way, you'll know that your hooks are closer to the rail. So they're really on the rail. So now you'll see as you are going on your drive to your drop off, you'll see that these are not flapping at all. Yeah, you'll catch a little bit up here just because of the excess. I didn't pull it tight enough, but I'm fine with it. It's not a tall load at all, so we should be good from here. So now at this point, all I'm gonna do is make sure that I just put my 4-inch straps over. So I'll probably end up just doing 3 4-inch straps, one on the front, the middle, and also on the back. That'll also help protect my tarps from flapping as well. So just adding that added protection. And then we're gonna do our 2-inch strap just for the roll in the back, and we good from there. It is hot, so let's go ahead and try to finish this up quick as possible. All right, for the 4-inch straps, what you want to make sure you roll them out and that you go inside. So making sure you go inside, what I normally do is I roll them up. I'm gonna do this with one hand since I am left-handed. And you're gonna just throw this over the top. I normally try to put a 45-degree twist in it just so it prevents from flapping on the road, which I'll show you guys what that look like. But let's throw the rest of these over and then we'll twist them. All right, so this is what it looks like before I actually go ahead and secure it. Just add my little twist to it. It's normally how I do it to keep it from flapping. What we're gonna do is go ahead and secure these 4-inch straps by tightening them, and then we'll do our 1 2-inch strap and we good to go. Yo, I am sweating. That beef stroganoff I ate last night. All right, let's check. Tight, super tight, super tight. All right, so now we're gonna do our 4-inch strap. We are finished. All right, for your 2-inch straps, like I said, I normally roll mine up. What I do is I will put this in on this side because this is where all of my securement stuff is. It's on my passenger side, just in case if I gotta get out of my truck. Let's just say if I'm, well, actually, let me start back. If I'm on the highway and I see something flapping or if I see anything moving and I want to check on my load, what I'll do is I'll get out. But instead of being on the driver's side where traffic is going, I'll be on the other side, basically where no traffic is at. So I can basically work on my load without having to worry about traffic, right? So I'm gonna put this on this side, on my passenger side. We're gonna leave this hanging, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and go on the other side. All right, so I got this hooked up over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll this over. One other thing I'm gonna also get is I'm gonna get a piece of wood to go on top of it just for added securement. So I always keep some extra wood. This should be long enough. I'm gonna just set this on top right there. All right, and I'm gonna bring this strap over this piece of wood and over all of these things here. Actually, I'm gonna put it right here just so I can put my wood right there. And I wanna keep all that extra flap. There. All right, we're gonna put one here as well. I'm gonna bring this out just a little bit just so I can be even with that extra tarp there. I'm gonna do the same thing on this other side. So I'm gonna bring this extra flap a little bit out just so I can be lined up. Right there. Hopefully this don't slip off. All right, so now that we got both of those on there, let's go ahead and secure it down. All right, so again, I'm left-handed, so I'm doing it the right way with my left hand. So what you want to do is, you see this little centerpiece here and this little opening. What you want to do is you want to put your strap through there, right? So you're gonna come backwards in the backside of your ratchet. You're gonna come through. So once you come through, you want to bring this little piece out, or this end piece out, and you want to tuck it down. And you want to pull straight through. Make sure you get all of it. And what you want to do is you want to make sure this part is up, right? So when you're securing it, this part is going to be up, and all you're going to do is start cranking from here. And once I get it at a point, I do it with two hands, crank as much as I can, and then you're gonna lock it by holding this lever up and pressing down. So now that this wood is secure, and I got a splinter, got it out. Now what you want to do is you want to take your extra or your excess, and what I do is I normally fold one flap over about that much. It's about 1 foot, I would say, flap. I just go. All right, so once I get to the end here, I set it on top. What I do is I get my Velcro straps. This is why I love these. These things are very good as far as keeping your excess secured and not flapping. I highly recommend these Velcro straps. So what I do is I normally take it, go under my strap. Also, I went under the lever here, and I pull up. Just wrap it on around. All right, y'all, so this is the finished tarp job. So as you see, secure. This is not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Everything is secure. Everything is tarp. I'm protecting my equipment by putting those blankets on here, so nothing will cut through my tarp. I do have the excess there at the top, but it's just a little bit. It's very minimal, so I should be good to go from here. Of course, I do stop about every 100 miles or so to check on my load, or anytime I do go to a truck stop to get fuel, I will make sure that I check on my load, making sure that everything is still secure, making sure everything is still intact. If you look there at that piece of wood, lined up perfectly, it's secure, it's not going anywhere. All right, y'all, as y'all see, man, I did this in a blazing heat for you guys, but I just wanted to make sure that I showed you guys, because I did have a tarp job, and I wanted to make sure that once I got my next tarp job, that I showed you guys how I tarp, or how you guys could tarp. You could take anything or take away anything from this. Again, it may not be perfect, it may not be exact, but this is the way I do it. I feel like it's very, again, man, it only probably took me 10 minutes to tarp this one. This one is not bad at all. So it took me about 10 minutes to tarp, and then from there I went on ahead and just strap, and then used one 2-inch strap as well. So if you guys got any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys like this video, make sure you share it with a friend as well. If you guys got any questions as far as with Hotshot, anything as far as with trucking or whatever, you can definitely leave it in the comments. I try to get back to every single comment that I can. Again, I am on the road, but again, since I am on the road, I definitely have time to get some to some of you guys' comments. So without anything else, man, I'm gonna go ahead, head out, guys. That's gonna conclude this video. I'll see you guys on the next load. All right, I'm out.